So our next speaker is Dr. Aleksandra Napieralska. I hope I said that correctly.
Yes.
Okay, and she is coming all the way from Poland.
Hello, everyone. Actually, I'm at home. I didn't came along to see you in Chicago. Right now, we have a quite nice afternoon in Poland. And I want to say a few words about how we are trying to improve our radiation oncology training in Poland. Here are a group of people that I work with on that topic. And they are working all over Poland in different institutions, as you can see. So our section was formed in 2018, and we invited to that section all of the people who are in training or who completed the training in radiation oncology and are below the age of 40 years old. We met before 2018 on several national or international meetings, and we met people from all over the world who already form such a national section of young radiation oncologists. And inspired by their actions, we want to do the same. We wanted to improve the network on the regional level, and we want to improve our radiation oncology training. So first, we did the evaluation of radiation oncology training in Poland, and we did that in 2018. We set an anonymous online survey using the Google Form questionnaire, and we get the responses of almost 70% of trainees, 150 for radiation oncologists in Poland, and 105 responded to our survey. The results were already published in Journal of Cancer Education, so you can read all of the results we have obtained. But what was important for us, we found that even the list of courses that are mandatory for radiation oncology training in Poland is quite long, as you can see. The courses are not sufficient for almost 80% of participants. So there was a huge gap in the knowledge that needs to be filled, and we wanted to address that issue. And we didn't want to engage professors. We think that we can invite young radiation oncologists who already completed the training or who are in training, and by inviting them, we can meet that need. So we created a set of lectures. First, we asked radiation oncologists in training what they wanted to listen about. We asked them on social media. We asked at several groups, and every topic was chosen by them, and all the sessions were recorded and are available on YouTube channel of one of the lecturers. And in some of the cases, we made the survey and we evaluated the quality of the sessions. So at the time of abstract submission, we had 4 lectures completed. Right now we have 5, and the lecture were held from April 2051 to March 2022. And as you can see, they are quite popular, and they had almost 700 views so far on the YouTube channel. And we have many participants during each lecture. I will tell you a few words of each of them. So the first lecture was quite long, almost 4 hours, and 3 guys from different institutions from Łódź and Gdańsk were talking about introduction to biostatistics. Wojciech, Konrad, and Bartłomiej, they were very well prepared, and evaluation score was 4.8 out of 5, so quite well. However, it was too long and the next lectures were shorter. The second lecture was conducted by Adam, who is radiation oncologist in training. So it was his first lecture in his lifetime. And he told us about Pacific trial. And the lecture was shorter, only 1 hour and 25 minutes. However, it was considered as very useful, very well prepared. The only minus that was raised by the responders was that they needed more case-based discussion. The third lecture was presented by myself, and I told about radiation in prostate cancer. The lecture was shorter, however, we didn't evaluate it in the survey. And nevertheless, the feedback on social media was quite well. The fourth lecture was run by Mateusz from Warsaw, and the lecture lasted for 1 hour, and he told us about the emergencies in radiation oncology. And the same situation, not evaluated, however, people who participated in the lecture give us very good feedback. The last lecture was run by Katarzyna from Krakow. She told us about the brain radiation oncology in brain tumors. It was her first lecture in a lifetime. She already completed her training, however, she never had the opportunity to say a lecture like that. And it took 1 hour and about 1 hour and 30 minutes, and she was very well prepared. And the lecture was very useful for people just before the exam, and the part of the mutations and radiotherapy planning part was very useful for responders. So for now, five men and 2 women presented the lectures from 5 different institutions all across the Poland. The timing of the lecture was really different, from 47 to 229 minutes. The lectures were found as very useful. However, more practical aspects were needed. And in the lecture of Kasia Serwańska, which was the last one, and the more practical aspects were raised, and that was really useful for many participants. The responders want to have the lectures like that once a month. However, these are non-profit lectures, and we are trying to engage people who are during the training or who never had a lecture like that before, so they need more time to prepare the lecture. So we are aiming to once at 3 months. This is something what we can met. And the future topics will be radiology, physics, and maybe stereotactic radiotherapy, as they are topics which are interesting for responders. We believe that this form of education on online platform is a practical and feasible way of collaboration of national level. However, we wanted to collaborate also with other section of young oncologists, young surgeons, and maybe on international level, like the meeting today. Thank you very much, and these are all the people included in our study.